Jackie is getting jump-started with someone you may have seen before on Instagram or TikTok.
Tom, the Skyscraper Guy, gained fame after he purchased and restored the century-old Pittsfield building in the heart of the Loop.
Yeah, Jackie Kostek is live there with more. Jackie, can't wait to hear more about his plans for the building.
Dana, Audrina, good morning to you. Yeah, this is definitely a different kind of jumpstart, but take a look. We are up here on the 38th floor, the deck of the 38th floor in the Pittsfield building. Now, this was built more than 100 years ago and just bought by Tom Liravonga, the Skyscraper Guy, a couple years ago. So, Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay.
Welcome to the Pittsfield.
I was going to say, when you come out here and just look at this view, I mean, what goes through your mind?
Well,
It's
nice
beautiful.
little cup of espresso and just stare out to into the lake. That's what goes through my mind.
Well, yeah, absolutely. What did it used to be? I mean, what did this space used to be?
This used to actually be a doctor's office where we're standing, and I've heard stories he used to cook barbecues out here.
Yes.
So yeah, this had the most doctors and dentists actually in the world. 775 doctors in one location in this building.
You've gained a huge following on social media over the past couple of years since you bought this building. I have to ask, why did you buy this building in the first place?
Sure. No, we've broken over close to 100 million views at this point, and it's only been actually about 70 days, by the way.
Okay.
And so in terms of why we bought this building, it really comes down to this was just opportunity and timing. We were looking for an office to residential conversions, and there's only so many cities that you can do that. And this area, Chicago, is a great city to invest in, and it posed good timing.
So some apartments are already for rent here at the Pittsfield building, right? Okay, but now you're working on restoring and renovating, and that is a heck of a process, I imagine.
Yeah, that's right. So there's a lot of vacancy in the building. So now we're just going through, working through what we want and how we want to put apartments in here and things, but also more importantly, restoring and preserving this landmark. That's probably the coolest part of it.
What has surprised you the most of entry into this process of restoration? Because I imagine there are surprises around every single corner.
Sure. So, well, the surprises are more about the discoveries that we're finding. I mean, in a building basically 100 years old, you're finding safes, you're finding, hidden areas, and just the craftsmanship of how they did things back then. Those are very surprising because you're like, how did they, what did they do here? What's going on? So those parts are really cool.
And talking about the power of social media, you've actually had a lot of people that have reached out to you that have gotten involved in this process because you say on social media that this is not a process that you're going to be able to undertake alone. You're going to need a lot of help from other folks, right?
Yeah, so that's the beauty with social media is you get, it's economies of scale, I guess, right? With nearly 100 million views, small percentages of that, of people who reach out to you, you get so many people that say, oh, I'm a third generation craftsman and all this stuff. And so social media has allowed us to reach an audience that they don't even know something like this exists.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, folks can follow you online at the Skyscraper Guy, right? Or just Skyscraper?
Well, Skyscraper Guy or the Skyscraper Guy. Skyscraper Guy on Instagram, the Skyscraper Guy on TikTok.
Okay, awesome.
So, yeah.
And we are just down the street from you guys this morning because we are at 55 East Washington. Tom, thank you so much for your time this morning. We're going to be giving you a full tour and explaining the process of renovating, restoring all of this as we go through the morning. So guys, back to you.
Oh, awesome, Jackie. And I know it's right down the street, and I'm having a hard time picturing the outside. So hopefully we can also get a glimpse of the outside of the building so everyone can kind of, put the building to the spot. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll just walk down there myself.
Just for you, Dana. We'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah, no, we'll do that.
Thank you very, very much. Jackie's getting jump-started with someone you may have seen before on Instagram or TikTok. We're talking Tom, the Skyscraper Guy, gained a lot of fame after he purchased and restored not just any type of building. It's a century-old Pittsfield building in the heart of the Loop. Jackie Kostek is live with more. Jackie, what an undertaking he has here with an entire skyscraper.
Audrina, it is absolutely a huge undertaking, but it is such a fascinating story. And I think what's really cool about it is Tom, the Skyscraper Guy, is essentially asking you or anybody at home to really be a part of this, whether they come here to the Pittsfield building and actually take a tour or something like that, or if they're a skilled tradesperson, maybe they can get involved in some of the restoration work. There's a lot of different ways that people can get involved. Maybe they even live in one of the apartments that are set to be renovated soon. I'm here with Tom Liravonga, who is the Skyscraper Guy. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, well, talk about this space in general. We're on the second floor right now, just above the atrium, and it's so stunning.
Yeah, so this is a 5-story atrium.
Yes.
This used to be a Marshall Field Estate landmark, okay? And this space, you can imagine, was probably used for amazing events and things like that.
Yes.
But really, a showpiece within this space is the chandelier that is hanging here. It's about the weight of a car. And this whole structure lights up. In fact, this entire atrium lights up.
Wow.
And we're just figuring out how to get it lit back up.
Yes, and you've talked to a few different companies about what it would take to restore the chandelier specifically. What have those conversations been like, and what have you sort of decided on? I know you haven't decided on a company,
Sure.
but what have you decided you're going to do with it?
Well, pretty much everybody says, well, here's what we would do. We would lower it down, because it actually winches from the top to bring it down to replace all these lights. There's probably 100 light bulbs in this thing, if not more. And so they said, then we box it up and we ship it out of here. And I said, yeah, that's not gonna.
Right,
So
yeah, you're like, I don't want it to leave the building.
Yeah,
No.
we actually don't want anything to leave the building. So what we're actually gonna do is, we've realized, you know what? We could take the chandelier, box it up.
Yes.
Actually, what I'm talking, we don't box it up. We're going to take it and move it through along this wall here into this room over here in this wing of the building, and actually create a preservation lab, an actual preservation lab, where this chandelier, along with all the other different pieces that can be restored, done in-house.
Yes.
So people can still experience and see what it's like to restore something like this.
And the fact that somebody who potentially is coming on a tour of the Pittsfield building can come in and actually watch that restoration happening, and the skilled tradespeople and craftspeople working on these things as they're like doing the tour is just really incredible. Tom, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. There's so much to talk to Tom about with renovating and restoring the skyscraper, and we'll get to a little bit more as we go through the next couple of hours. Audrina, back to you.
All right, yeah, we're so interested. We have so many questions. Jackie, we'll see you next hour for more.
Jackie is jump-starting with someone you may have seen before on Instagram or TikTok. Tom, the Skyscraper Guy, gained fame after he purchased and restored the century-old Pittsfield building in the heart of the Loop. It's not often that people buy high-rises. Jackie Kostek is live now with more on exactly what he's doing in that really cool building. Hey, Jackie.
Dana, good morning to you. Well, he's doing a lot of very cool things in this very old building. We are about 500 feet above the city of Chicago right now in this iconic, historic building, the Pittsfield building. I'm here with the Skyscraper Guy himself. I can't get that out this morning. Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Skyscraper Guy. Okay, describe the space that we're in right now.
Yeah, so we're in the tower portion, okay, and it's about, so we're on the 39th floor, and then it can go up one more level. So it's this iconic green copper top that you see, okay? And we're on the inside. You can see the structure of it here,
oh
okay?
My gosh, okay.
And so, yeah, this space, for 100 years, no one's been able to really see the space. It's never been a public space.
Right.
We're hoping that it's something we change soon, so that people can experience this, because we want to do what's called a living landmark, which is a landmark building.
All right, everyone, we hate to cut Jackie off and the Skyscraper Guy. We'll get back to them next hour, but...
Well, in our Jumpstart today, we're introducing you to the man who went viral on social media. You're seeing him here because he bought an entire Chicago skyscraper downtown, the whole thing.
That's not something you hear very often, right? Tom Liravonga, I hope I said that right, also known as the Skyscraper Guy, now owns the historic Pittsfield building. Jackie joining us live now from the building's lobby. I know, Jackie, last hour we had to kind of cut away from you, but please take it away. And how do you say his last name correctly? I am so sorry.
No, you're good. Dana, Audrina, good morning to you from the Pittsfield building, which was built in 1927. It was Tom Liravonga who purchased the building a couple of years ago, and he has so many plans. Those plans are already unfolding here in this historic building. And I have to say that when you look at it from the outside, you know that it's an iconic building in the city of Chicago, but you step inside and you see the history all around. It's so stunning. I'm here with the skyscraper guy himself this morning. Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning, welcome.
Well, as soon as you walk into this building, you see things like this really old-fashioned letterbox. You see the history all around. What was this originally used, or how was it used in this building?
Yes, you're right. You talk about history, and this is one of the first things you see. This is an original letterbox. It's actually still used today. We did a video on our social media that broke like 10 million views just about why these are now banned.
Yes.
And now we get to use them because of new technology like sprinkler systems and things like that allow us, but no one's allowed to put these kind of chutes, because this actually goes all the way up to where we were on the 39th floor. People can still drop mail in and they'll come all the way down.
Incredible.
And have it picked up.
I have to say, my favorite part of the lobby and the atrium is this stunning Spanish, what is this? How would you describe the ceiling?
Yeah, so this is a Spanish Gothic revival style.
Got it.
Okay, with a mixture of Art Deco. Okay. And you can see it with these hexagon coffers. These are all handcrafted, which is kind of wild. And when you think about how much work they had to do, because it's basically throughout all the lobbies.
Yes.
And so you'll see that through here. And then when you get to the Art Deco, all the framing and even just how these brass elevator doors are.
Back in 1927, this was the tallest building in the city of Chicago when it was built. It was built in 11 months, which is a super short and incredible period of time that they were able to do this. What was this building originally used for?
So this building was originally offices. It's in the heart of Jewelers Row in the Loop. And so it had a mixture of jewelers and doctors. So when we walk into like the atrium area, what you'll find is in this 5-story atrium, most of the jewelers and dentists and little shops who live in this spaces here, which we're actually going to keep a lot of those and offer those spaces up for new tenants, let's call it.
Yes.
But the majority of the building is really to be residential. And so we want to do what we call a living landmark. I mentioned this to you before, which is take a landmark building like this is and bring it back to life so people can experience it. And so when they come in here, they'll experience how the original jewelers were and what that experience was.
Tom, thank you so much for your time all morning long, and thank you for taking us on this tour. And they will be having tours of this historic building coming fairly shortly. They're also going to start construction on the apartments that will be in the tower part and on some public attractions that will be housed in this building. So Tom, again, thank you.
Hey,
ladies,
thank you for having
you
me.
can follow him on social media. You can find him on Instagram and TikTok at the Skyscraper Guy, or just Skyscraper Guy, right?
Either one.
Okay, either one.
We own the lane, so you'll find me pretty easy.
He's the only one you can find on there. Ladies, back to you.
All right, Jackie, thank you so much. Thanks to him, too.